Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day so far. I hope everybody's having a good week. We got another episode. Myself and Chairman Africa, like I said, it's going to be a weekly thing that we're doing every Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning. We also have some big news, some stuff that we're working on with the Unity Project and everything like that. We're also going to talk about the ICE situation, I guess you could call it, at the airports, which is going to end up being a complete disaster. Donald Trump gets taken apart by British television. If you look at any news reporting outside of the United States, like we are such a joke in the eyes of the world, thanks to Donald Trump. And then we also are going to talk about how or why we are sending troops. According to Donald Trump, we won the war, but now we're deploying extra troops, airborne rangers, talking about deploying Marines and SEAL teams and all this stuff to the Middle East. And you don't do that if you've won the war. That's kind of stupid to send more troops or send any troops whatsoever. And then we also have Jesse Ventura calling out on Barron Trump to join the military and be the first Trump in American history to ever be part of the United States military or do any kind of service of any kind. So yeah, it's gonna be. I actually will talk about because I'm actually going out. We didn't really talk about it yet, Chairman, but looks like the fourth Easter weekend. Looks like it. I'll be out in New Jersey.
Okay, what's
Is that
that?
what we talked about? Was it like the fourth to the sixth?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I would stay longer. My mom's got to be at the airport on the 7th, so I got to take her. She's going down to Georgia. Hopefully, she doesn't have any problems traveling. So I'm planning on getting down to Newark, New Jersey, to work with Chairman Africa in his after-school programs, work with the kids, and we're going to talk about like what our next moves are. Because we're talking about taking this national as fast as possible. We want to use the power of the internet. We want to use the platforms that we've built to help push this project of ours. And we've guys have heard us talking about it already, but just in case you haven't heard of it, it's the thing I'm working on with Chairman Africa here. I got to add my screen. Hold on. I'm slacking this morning. I'm still tired.
You good?
Unityproject.us. If you go there, you can see what we're all about. Also, we have our code of conduct in here, what we expect that everybody that joins. We have a reading list, good information for you guys to catch up on what we're doing. Even our 10-point program is on there. And if you want to get involved, you can go down to the bottom, fill out the contact information there, and just send me an email. It'll go right to the unityproject.us at gmail.com. And we are definitely trying to raise money to pull a lot of this stuff off because the ideas we have are huge. And unfortunately, in this capitalist society that we live in, it does require us to raise money to do so. We don't have any sponsors, we don't have any corporate interests, anything like that. Just trying to do some good in the world. So if you guys will go to the donation tab there, you can donate to our GoFundMe as well. Other than that, how are you doing today, Chairman? How was the morning? Did you get the kids to school on time and safe?
Yo, I just made it in. I just barely made it.
Is
I
that
just
why?
barely,
Is that
I
why?
just
Okay.
barely made it. Like this, yo, look, to me, this is like the favorite part of my day, man. I wake up every morning. I wake up real happy to do what we do. So like when I get up in the morning, the first thing we do is go pick up the children that are part of our they call Panther Cubs. I mean, they're part of
I
our
like
after
that.
school program. If they don't have a way to get to school, we make sure we get them to school, or if the school is too far, because most of them are like single parent homes, and the parents often are even on their way to work before the kids even go to school. So like every morning from Monday to Friday, I pick up the kids and I take them to school, and then I
Nice.
gotta hurry up and I gotta get back here on Thursday for us to do the show. And yo, it's
No,
beautiful. It's beautiful because when I'm taking them to school, like I get to talk to them. I'm the first person they see in the
true.
morning, and I
Yeah.
get to set that tone. Like I mean, like yo, come on, pick yourself up. We about to go learn. You going to study. Like I make sure I am in that space where
Hmm.
I mean they're feeling excited about the day and they understand there's a purpose to the day. Because
Yeah.
everything we do, there's a purpose to what we do. So yeah, I just got back, man. It's beautiful, man. I'm already energized and ready to go.
I like it. And we got you we've actually been making some moves that hopefully have a huge positive impact. Like we talked about getting food drives going and sources for food. So we may have an avenue there. That'll help. Like that's why I want to get out there just to start. Like, we want to actually do the work. I'm willing to do the work. You guys know I'm willing to travel. That's the thing about setting this whole thing up, is I'm willing to go wherever I need to go in order to make this happen. You know what I mean? Because I do this full time as well. Not what you do, but
No, not it is what 90% of this is meetings. 90% of organizing of this revolutionary work is meetings. Like
yep.
you saying, you just started. You spending money on hotels, you spending money on driving, you spend like most people, I don't know, like most people have an idea in their mind, like you got to go out in the streets, you're fighting with the police. Most of the time, what you're doing is really organizing, meeting people.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, we're about to be giving out the food. We give out food already. But with your help, it took like one day. You was like, yo, I got somebody I'm gonna call up. I'm gonna call them up and see if we could get you some food down there. And they already called. We already made the connection. Everything already in place already. That's what organizing is. I mean,
we're making contacts and networking and building relationships. And that's kind of what me and Mike have been doing for like the last 2.5 years. I always told Mike, like, I like to build relationships, not just meet people and do that superficial bullshit. And I guess why I built such a relationship with a lot of, or such a following down in Philadelphia, because when people meet me, I take the time to get to know them. Like, I'm genuinely interested in them. I think everybody has a cool, unique story that they can tell. And not a lot of people take the time out of their day to really get to know people anymore. You know what I mean? Everything is so superficial. The internet, I'll always tell people, like, Instagram is not real. I try to be as real as possible, but if you judge me based on just my videos, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? Until you meet me in real life and see what I'm all about, and like the amount of passion we have into making this happen. Like, I've been to, like, I'm not even going to No Kings this weekend. I'm not even going. I'm done with all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done just going to these protests and pretending like I did something good in the world because I went to a protest. Like, I want to do the work in between. And I would rather work with you and focus our efforts on preparing people for what's coming. Cause I think you and I both have a good grasp on how rough things are going to get. And the nice thing is you already have this stuff in place. So when things do get rough, people will have a place to turn. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we're trying to do, is to, like, people might think we're a little like crazy right now, but when the economy collapses and we are the being led by complete idiots who want a white only America, that our government has completely abandoned us. So we're going to have to turn to each other, and we don't have that network right now in America. I think you and me have both realized that. Like, there are avenues for help, but I think a lot of people want to get involved and just don't know how to get involved. Like, where do you start? Because it seems like such a big thing to take on. Like, just for example, we could get people down in Newark or down to help you in transporting the kids and doing that stuff. Like, I'm hoping to get some volunteers in your area to help support you. You know what I mean? That's why I wanted to come down and do that as well.
Let me say something. Hey, somebody came up here. It's in the group chat. Somebody put in the chat. I hope they're still here. Justin Tipton, E4W. He said, laughing my ass off. You about to beg for money.
Oh, God. Don't worry about those comments.
No, but it's cool, though. Because if they don't understand what activism is, they never did this work.
Right.
That's what they're going to say. I just talked about going to go pick the kids up. And gas going up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the time that I'm using to go pick the kids up to take them to school, I should be at work. The time that we sitting here giving out this information and organizing, this is time that we should be making money for ourselves. Selfishly, I have 3 fucking degrees. Mm-hmm. I have 3 college degrees. I could be working, and no bullshit. I was working down at City Hall. My first job ever coming out of prison. After I got my college degrees, they were paying me $80,000. This is like, what, 10 years ago. If I'm still down at City Hall, I'm making $200,000. I'm smarter than the people down there. I'm gonna eat. I know how this works. But we use our time to serve the people. Mm-hmm. And then ask, because like everything we doing right now, we paying for it out of our pocket. When you see these trips, when you came to see me, you pay for it out of your pocket. So if we don't have help, if there's nobody out here helping, people not willing to donate, to put resources to this, there's nowhere this is gonna be possible to be done.
Yeah, no.
So when you come on here and you say, like, laughing my ass off, you about to ask for money, what else we gonna do, Justin? How else we gonna serve the people? Are you using your scam GoFundMe to at least help your mom pay bills since whatever?
Oh my God, here we go. Let's get this guy out of here.
But check this out. we gotta have people that delete these people and remove them from this space because they're not here to have like a real constructive conversation. So we
No,
don't need. I don't talk to people like that.
no, me
Yeah,
neither.
they could go. They could go do what they want to do. Don't worry, we're gonna have people in here that's gonna be managing all of that stuff. But be that as it may, continue what you were saying, my good comrade. You forgot that
No.
you saying.
Well, no, that's you're exactly right. Like they think we're out here just trying to raise money for fun, so we could use it for our own personal benefit. Like, I mean, for example, the person that shot Renee Good is a millionaire because you dumbasses that are talking shit in this chat, you dumb fucks, you fucking idiots. I won't say the word I want to use, but y'all are more than happy to donate to that, or you donated to that white lady that called a little autistic black child the N word. Y'all, she's a millionaire now because you dumb fucks are willing to donate to that. But we're sitting here talking about taking kids to school, making sure they're at school in the right frame of mind, having after school programs, and feeding people.
Housing
Man,
people.
get the fuck out of here with that dumbass shit.
If your people come on here and talk about people are homeless, nobody people they're not housing people.
No.
We are housing people. Where we
Right.
get the money from? If the people don't donate, if we don't use our resources, like I'm gonna give it an instant. This woman was about to lose her home. She has a kid with her, and they're telling her if she doesn't pay $1,000 by the first, she's gonna have to leave.
Right.
Our organization, we put up 500, and then we went to social media and we like, look, if you're willing, if you want to help her, whatever you got, just drop it in here. It was like in 3 days, we had the money. We gave her the check. She went and gave it to the landlord, whatever. She could stay in her home.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy too. I can prove my track record with donations. I mean, I've been raising money for the last 2.5 years because we self-fund this whole thing. This podcast, I've kept going with my own money. Like every penny that I make, I invest back into whatever I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? Like just every donation we've ever gotten has gone towards, and I can prove it with on paper, has gone towards exactly what we've been promoting. Like we've all the protests that we've gone to. Like me going to DC, like how do you think I paid for most of it? I paid the donations and then some just to Philly. Being 2 months back and forth to Philadelphia, we raised like $1,300 and I ended up having to spend like 3 G's. You know what I'm saying? So that was 1,700 came out of my own pocket. So yeah, they can talk all the shit they want, but our actions and our words match. So, you know, it's whatever. I don't want to take these people seriously. They just like to hate. Plus, they support, you know, the Epstein class. So they're just kind of a joke. You know,
but like we're here to talk to the people. And how you doing there, Aracoast? Is it Aracoast? I mean, how you doing? Look, we're here to talk to the people. We're here to meet the people. Because if you don't organize the people, if you don't bring people in, you have no power against this Epstein class.
Yeah.
So like when I see somebody comment, of course I'm gonna talk to you. I'm looking to find you, but don't come up here trying to start arguments, trying to be a funny guy, because we could just delete you off here. That's not the energy we're looking for. I mean,
it's easy.
If this ain't for you, go somewhere else.
Yeah. No, I don't care about these. We get a lot of hate. Don't worry, especially on Facebook, because my Facebook is toxic, full of pedophile supporters. But you know, it is what it is. But anyway, we are going to be together in Newark, New Jersey. Hopefully the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and then I'll be back again, most likely. Probably a couple weeks after that. Plus, I got a lot of work to do in Philly. I made so many good connections and built so many relationships over the last couple months. People that still want to do the work. We got people in Virginia, Oregon, LA, and everywhere in between. I've even had people from like Canada reach out and be like, how can we help? Can we start chapters here? So we are going to start recruiting. We are going to have chapter leaders who are going to be responsible for doing the work in their area. You know what I mean? Doing the same thing me and Chairman Afrika doing, like looking for avenues to get food donated, you know, making sure neighborhoods are safe and protected from people like ICE and the KKK and whatever Nazis decide to come out of the woodwork. Because we have actual Nazis just walking down the street these days.
Yeah,
openly and boldly and being protected by the fucking cops. That shit drives me wild. So yeah, we're trying to hopefully do as much good in the world as we possibly can, because the future is about to get a little bit crazy.
We're gonna do some good work, because like everything we're doing we're not just pulling this out the sky. If you read any book on how to change society, like I'm a sociologist. When I say I got a degree in sociology. And this is scientific methods here. You have to build these pockets of resistance. If nobody builds these pockets of resistance, you have nothing to fall back on when whatever that's coming comes. So if we are so smart and we know all of this, then why are we not getting prepared? And that's what we're working on.
That's what I mean. Like, because that's if I turned my focus, because I really wanted to be taken seriously as like an independent journalist. That's why I went to the protests. That's why like I spent almost a month of last year in DC in a fucking tent in the middle of Union Station, like 16, 17 hours a day in a tent in the heat. You know what I mean? It's not fun to do stuff like that. That's hard work to just do the stuff that we were doing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we go out here and do this shit for fun. But you know what I've figured out in my life is I've had money in my life. Like I've had jobs early on before my life fell apart, making almost 6 figures. I had a company car, responsible for a car dealership and all the inventory. Like I was a general manager. I was doing pretty good in life, but I just, for some reason, I remember not really being happy. Like I had a couple nice things, but I worked my ass off and my job was miserable. And I've realized, I wish I would have realized this a lot earlier in my life, but helping people makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Helping other people makes me feel good. So yeah, maybe that sounds selfish, but I feel more proud of myself and I don't know. I'm broke as hell. I really don't have anything to my name, but I'm still happy with who I am these days because I feel like I'm at least trying to make a difference. You know what I mean? But I went from the reporting on it to wanting to actually get involved and prepare for what's next instead of just, I'm tired of everybody just reacting to the things I report on. You know what I'm saying? Like I report it, it's over, and then people go ahead and give their opinion and reactions and all that stuff like that. But why aren't we being proactive? Why aren't we doing what you're doing, like building communities and trying to find extra ways of getting food? Because so much food in America gets just thrown out. You know what I mean? A lot of grocery stores, what do you think they do with the food? Gets close to being expired or just slightly, you know what I mean? They throw a lot of stuff away that's still edible.
You know why people don't do it? Because as we grow up, man, we are propagandized from birth for us to be individuals, to only care about ourselves. And like you said, like you could chase all these ideas that they put in our mind, but you won't be happy,
right?
Until you're being a human being, actually caring about other people.
Yeah.
I mean, like my wife told me, I came home one day and I told my wife, like, I'm not happy there. This, like, they're not listening to nothing I'm saying. She was like, then why are you going back? She like, go back to the stuff that you was doing with the children, working in the community. She like, that's what really make you happy. Yeah. She like, that's the work right there. And the more time you spend in those corporations, in those companies, you're not really living. You're not really doing what you're supposed to be doing. So like, man, I'm telling you, it's been like 10 years when I left there. I mean, but it's like, this gives you a purpose. And why nobody's doing this, Jeremy? Because they don't know. Like you said, you're not going to the King's rally no more. If you had asked me, what should I do? Like, how do I become an activist? I'll tell you to join any organization. I think I told you before. And then you're going to learn when you join those organizations what you should do, if they're true, if they're honest or not. You went to the King's rally, you ain't going no more because you see the shit ain't doing nothing. Right. But you grew from that, Jeremy. You grew from that. You learned from it. I mean, so it's like, yeah, man, we learn all this stuff. And if your heart is pure, you're only going to go one way. I mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say it was a good experience. You know what I mean? I don't regret any of it. It led me to here. Every decision I've made over the last couple of years have led me to this point. And this is where I want to be though, just trying to make people's lives a little bit better. Because we got to get in the mindset that even if you have nothing like me, there's still people out there with lives that are worse than mine. You know what I mean? Like people don't have roofs over their heads. They don't have food. People are sleeping on the streets.
No, you're right.
I've seen it. Hey, go to any city, you're going to see somebody sleeping on the streets. You could make that guy's day better. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
I'm noticing something here. It's 10:22. I see. I got to be that guy. Let's get to these videos, baby.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. We're still talking. Yeah, all right. Let's talk about what's going on. And I want to play. All right, let's play this clip. First, I want to play this clip. I don't know if you've even seen this clip, but this is just who's running Donald Trump's ICE operation here at the airports. This is Tom Homan. We played it plenty of times, but this is him just doing the Nazi salute. Hold up, let Let me remove this.
Tom Homan going to run the biggest deportation operation this country's ever seen.
And that's one of those Turning Point USA events. Just to understand what we're dealing with here, this guy is an actual proud Nazi. You know what I mean? And that's who's running Donald Trump. He works for the Heritage Foundation and runs Trump's. Now he runs Trump's ICE operation at the airports. He basically runs ICE. He's just not officially the leader of ICE. So, but yeah, it's pretty bad. It's getting really bad. So, but no, the war in Iran is not going well, obviously. Donald Trump seems to not know who's running Iran, but at the same time has been accepting gifts from who he claims is the right people, which is crazy. So I don't want to, we already passed that. So I don't want to play that clip, but I want to play a clip of this British journalist just basically explaining all Donald Trump's different positions he's had on this war. It isn't a war. It's an excursion, but we have won the war. We have won the war so successfully that we don't need any help. But if people don't send us help, then they will suffer unimaginable punishment if they don't send us the help that we don't need. We certainly don't need aircraft carriers, but my goodness me, if Keir Starmer doesn't send aircraft carriers soon, then I am going to be furious with him because he's not Winston Churchill. It's a war, but it's not a war. It's an excursion. We've already won, but we haven't won. We'll be home in a week, but we might be there for months. We're going to change the regime, but we don't need to change the regime. They've got a nuclear capability, but we destroyed their nuclear capability 9 months ago. They might get a nuclear capability, but there's no way they're going to get a nuclear capability. We need to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. We don't need to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. We need your help, but we don't need your help. Send an aircraft carrier. Don't send an aircraft carrier. We don't need your help, but if you don't send your help, we're going to attack you and insult you. And in fact, even if you do send help, we're going to attack you and insult you because we are Donald Trump. So yeah, that's basically all the things that Donald Trump has said summed up into one clip. It's not going good because yeah, why are we moving troops into that area? Well, yeah, you don't move ground troops in unless you're getting ready to go into the country. That doesn't make any sense. I think Donald Trump is probably going to try and take the Strait of Hormuz by force. Which we actually have a video of somebody talking about that because these loyalist generals and ex-military generals seem to just want to get our troops killed at this point. I don't even know how else to explain it. They really don't care. They don't know what they're doing. All the really qualified generals Donald Trump and his administration fired when he first came into office, and now we're being replaced by just troops that say, "Oh yes, sir. Yep, that sounds like a great idea, sir. We'll figure it out later." But which clip do you want to play first? Because we have the one about
the 552 one. 552.
Oh, there we go. I got that one. Right there.
12th of March, there started a massive airlift from.
Hey, so right now you're watching Larry Johnson. He's a former CIA analyst from 1985 to 1989. And since then, he's been working like in the government, like advising them on military stuff. And that's who you're listening to right here. The other guy that's going to be on is Daniel L. Davis. He's a retired United States Army officer and analyst of the United States foreign policy. So these are the two people that you're listening to, people that served in the military, people that actually know strategically about going to war. Because, like, if you ask me, you ask Africa, like, motherfucker, I'm from the hood. Like, I'm not a motherfucking general. I don't know strategy on. I wouldn't even know how to find Iran before the war. I couldn't find the Strait of Hormuz. I wouldn't know none of that. So, as a scientist, for me to make an analysis, I have to see data. I have to get data in for me to analyze the data, for me to be able to have an analysis. So, where am I going? Who am I going to talk to, or who am I going to listen to? If I want to know exactly what's going on there, I'm going to go find people that don't belong to either camp. They don't belong to the Democrats. They don't belong to the Republicans. They're not in government, and they're just giving me their expertise on what they know. And that's what these two gentlemen are about to give you.
U.S. Special Operations military bases around the United States from 12 March until 23rd. So over those 11 days, there were 35 C-17 flights going from the United States, 2 bases in Jordan and 1 base in Israel. Where were they flying from? Well, they went to Hunter Army Air Base in Georgia. That's home to an element of Task Force 160, the Night Stalkers. And it's also home to the 75th Ranger Regiment, 1st Battalion. Those flights, several flights from there. When you realize a C-17 can hold only 104 soldiers at combat, kitted out for combat, so if you got 4 flights, maybe 2 of those taking 200 of those soldiers, at least a company element or a couple of companies. They go to the Joint Base Lewis McChord, again, the major base for the 75th Rangers, and that's the 2nd Battalion of the 75th, I believe. Going to Fort Bragg, home Delta Force, 82nd Airborne. Flying out of Oceana Air Station. Gee, who's there? Dam Neck, Virginia, SEAL Team 6, and then you've got all the East Coast SEAL teams, the SEAL Teams 2, 4, 8, 10. Another flight's Fort Campbell, Kentucky. That is the headquarters for the Special Operations Air Regiments, also known as the Night Stalkers, Task Force 160.
These are heavy hitters he's talking about here. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not just random dudes this is not like the National Guard or something like that. These are very specialized troops that are basically built for war.
The best
These
of
are
the
the
best.
ones you sent up to the front. Yeah. That's wild. Oh my God.
In my experience, whenever there are only, when you see this kind of deployment, it can only be one of 2 things. It's an exercise, or it's an actual mission. I don't see this as an exercise, and the fact that it looks like they're bringing in both SEAL Team 6 and Delta Force, and by themselves, those are just they're not
Jesus.
They're not an assault force. They're good at rescuing hostages, that kind of thing, but somehow they're getting activated. But they're being accompanied by the 75th Rangers. And I recall in all the exercises that I scripted, when it involved either Delta or SEAL Team 6, you're always involved.
You heard what he said? He said that I scripted. He's actually been in these spaces. He actually knows what he's talking about.
That's wild.
And he said, you don't bring all those people there for nothing. And
you definitely don't.
And when I say, when you study data, for the last couple of months, last couple of years, we've been hearing them moving troops. And every time they move troops, I'm sitting there like, they're not really going to do shit. They did do shit. They do bomb. 8 months ago, they moved all those troops. I'm like, man, they're not going to bomb Iran. They're not going to war. They're not that crazy. They bombed them.
They did.
Then they moved them again. They just moved them a couple of weeks ago all the way over there. We're like, they're not going to bomb them. Then they had the 12-day war. So it's like, when they bring it, so from my analysis, from studying this, Trump is not playing. When he moved these troops out there, he may be trying to negotiate, try to throw us off. Because to me, I'm like, man, they're negotiating. These people just flew out there. They're not going to fly out there to negotiate. Then they're going to go bomb these people. They bombed them. While they're at the negotiation table, they're killing the negotiators.
Right.
So now we're sitting back, and he's telling you, since the 12th, they've been moving all these people. And keep playing the video. I'm going to say something after you say the next part.
The Rangers, at minimum, they go in and seize an airfield, and accompany that. And then you got the 82nd. So it looks to me like what's happening, that 5-day, so that started on March 12th. March 13 was when Trump activated the 31st MU, the Marine Expeditionary Unit. They started setting sail. When do they arrive in theater? Friday or Saturday. Gee, that's right at the end of that 5-day period. Element
the 5-day period.
One unit.
Trump said, I'm giving them 5 days. Like, we're going to pause. We're going to talk about it. We're negotiating for 5 days.
That's why he said it.
You think these people are stupid?
Yeah.
He think they don't know all of this stuff is coming. But go ahead, keep going.
that tells me they're going to have two vectors of attack at a minimum. And the likely targets would be Karg Island up in the northeast corner of the Persian Gulf, and the Keshem Island, which is right there at the bend of the Strait of Hormuz. This is bad. And then I got a note from a friend of mine who was he was in contact with somebody with Delta Force, one of his friends, and he said this friend told him, he says, "Look, I heard from two different friends in the SOF community, and that's Special Operations Forces, that a bunch of Tier 1 guys shipped out Thursday night for a major operation, probably an island, to take place by this weekend, and that a lot of people were concerned the op had not been thoroughly thought through and that they'd be badly overexposed." One guy said no effort was made at a blocking force. And he said, "I hope they send a priest along who can last rights us," which is not the kind of talk you usually hear from those types.
Yeah, Tier 1 operators, for those that you don't know, they're like there's badasses in the military, and then there's Tier 1 operators. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. These dudes do not fuck around, and they are extremely good at what they do. Coming from somebody that did try to go special forces in the military, I can tell you the training they put you through is hard to explain. But the reason I didn't get in is I almost drowned twice in training, and I'm like, I'm good.
Where did you try to go?
That'll give you new perspective, huh?
Where did you try to go? What special forces?
I was Air Force Pararescue. It was like combat medic kind of, but
because I had a friend. His name was Mason. And I mean, Mason. I forgot that's his last name. His last name was Mason. But he went recon, and I remember he was telling me what they had to do for force recon. I told him, man, get the fuck out of my face, bro. Like,
the training is so intense.
He wanted me to go. He wanted me to go with him. I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. Word up. Nah, this shit is serious. Like we're talking, and it sounds like, because to the layman person, it sounds like we're cheering on Iran. Like we don't have no faith in our troops. The way they train, you can't even envision in your mind how these military personnel, how this special elite, like the work they got to go through, the suffering that they put their bodies through. And then they have to be led by buffoons and imbeciles, people that have never, ever signed up to serve anybody. No. And they just like send them out like cannon fodder. Like, I'm telling you, it makes me upset the more and more I think about this. I mean, but we could go to the next video. The next video is a 2-minute video. It's a 2-minute video.
Is that the Jesse Ventura one?
No. That we're gonna save that for last.
Oh, okay. Let me go.
It's a 2-minute.
I got it.
To insult you here, because here's what General Keith Kellogg says about how this can definitely succeed.
You see, because you hear Africa, you hear us, you hear Jeremy. We're talking about how this is asinine, how this is stupid. How do I put this in a kind way?
Good luck.
We talk about how this is crazy, and like how can Trump be so stupid? But then it's like, you got to remember, when you're in the military, you don't get this kind of media. You're not watching this. Like, let's say if you overseas, you in Japan, wherever you're at, the media you get is by and large control. I think it's called AFN.
Yeah, Armed Forces Network. I used to watch it as a kid. I used to watch it as a kid. I grew up in the military too. I live in Germany, so we used to watch Armed Forces Network all the time for our cartoons and literally everything.
Did you get Malcolm X on there?
I don't think so. That I can recall.
In Armed Forces Network, they're not showing you what we're talking about. They're telling them how great they are, how the Marine Corps, the Marines can destroy anybody from land, air, and sea, that no matter where you put Marines at, they're going to be able to come out, they're going to be able to win. We never give up. They're getting propaganda 24/7. It's the same thing Trump is getting. All those generals, all those people around him are telling them, man, just bomb this motherfucker, decapitate their leadership. They're going to crumble. We're going to do the same thing we did in Venezuela. This is what they're telling them around in that circle. And I'm telling you, when Trump finally wakes up and see these people being lying to him, a couple of them going to jail. He gonna flip and turn right on them. Like
yeah.
because that's the kind of person he is. He's a coward. These are one of the people that Trump has around him. This is one of the people that said, let's go to Ukraine. How is Ukraine turning out? Why the fuck is he still speaking? Why is anybody putting a mic in his face? But go ahead, let's listen to him.
Oh my God. Yeah, we got Pete Hegseth is the guy giving the orders, so that's probably part of the problem.
I'm a big believer right now we just need to secure the Strait of Hormuz. And you can do that with 2 amphibious ready groups, marine ready groups that are headed in that way. They're a self-contained unit. They've got aviation assets, they've got helicopter assets, they've got 2,500 Marines on each one of the ARGs, and they can open up the straits out there and occupy that ground. Look, I'm a big believer in putting boots on the ground, not necessarily into Iran, but taking Karg Island and also taking the Strait of Hormuz. Look,
you said they
Strait of Hormuz.
You said they got 2 coming in. They got 2,500 on each of them. So together, that's 5,000 people. Yep. And then when you go with 5,000 people, all 5,000 are not going on shore because you got some people there that are cooks. You got some people there that are not going out there. They're just there to supply stuff to help. They're like the background, whatever. They're not storming the beach. So out of that 5,000, how many are really going on the beach? Remember, you only got 5,000. Keep listening to them.
Look, we kind of need to do it the way the Romans used to do it. You know, your legions on the ground to secure the territory and give them confidence they can do it, that we can open up the strait. Look, I know there's risk involved. There's always risk involved, but those young men and women, they understand the risk involved on taking both Karg and opening up the Strait of Hormuz as well. So they've got the ability to do it. The amphibious ready groups of the Marines, they can open up the lower half of the strait, do it. And then I turn around to maybe the 87.
But here's the thing. Iran's using hypersonic missiles that we have no defense against, and they're talking to put. Oh my God, this is gonna be such a disaster.
We're gonna get to that, Jeremy. We're gonna get to that.
Fucked up. My God, it's gonna be so bad.
Or Rangers or somebody like that to take Karg Island.
So there you have it. The Roman legions. That is what you didn't get. You didn't understand the bunch of guys with spears. That's a good analogy for what we're going to do here. I mean, I don't have any words that I can say on the air. What do you say to that?
Hail Caesar!
And I'm sorry, let me just point out, because in case he was speaking real fast at the end, let me tell you guys what he said there militarily. He said that there are 2 Marine ready groups, the 31st and the 11th MEUs and the 82nd Airborne. So he's saying, look, all you got to do is to roll these guys, the 2 MEUs up in here. First, take these islands here. Then he was talking about Keshem, I assume, because he said in the bend of the strait.
So he's saying they're going to come through here. Yo, they got missiles, they got drones, they got everything all around here. Yo, there's no more military bases. Oh, they can see me pointing. Over here on the ghost, can you see this white thing right here I got?
No,
on the how do I explain it? Right above their picture, the two officers speaking, right above them. That's where the Ghost Coast was at, where all the military bases were at. What you call it? Dubai, all of them. We're on this side. Right above them.
Yeah.
I ran from the opposite side, or the side on the opposite of the water, through drones, through rockets, and destroyed all those military bases.
Yeah, we don't have any anymore.
There are no more military bases there no more. They've already destroyed them. So Dum just said, you're gonna bring people up here through the strait. So, but they're not gonna get hit though. Because I guess they got bulletproof, rocket-proof, whatever they got. But that's what he's saying. That they're going to come through here, and not only are they going to go through the straits, but they're going to go all the way up north. But go ahead, keep playing it. Listen to him.
Right. Then once you have that, then you can send the 82nd in here to land on Karg Island up here, and bam, there you have it.
They're not even going to make it that far.
But even if you do land on that island, you telling me they can throw rockets to destroy the whole island?
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna get completely cooked.
No, but it's like, but when you see it like this, it starts to make sense. And then when you start to understand, they're amassing all these troops, they're bringing all this stuff over there. So what are you doing at home? How are you preparing yourself for what's coming? Because this is not like we got tinfoil hats on and we just making up shit. Like, you see what's about to come. They're not taking all those military personnel over there for nothing. Those people are not going there. They're not using that gas. They're not taking that manpower, and they're not risking all that precious life for nothing. So if you ask me right now what's about to happen, I'm like, man, Trump about to sneak attack them. He's going to tell them they're talking like he did the first 2 times, and then he's going to go in there and try to take it over. And and we're going to lose all those lives. And then when they go in there, the price of oil going to go up, excuse me, $200, $300, $400, $500. And if you think that's not going to affect you or life in America, then there's something wrong with you.
I'm really, truly wrong. Yeah, we've discovered how wrong. Oh my God, some of these people are just.
But you know what, though? We could just go to the what you call it, the Ventura, Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, because I agree. I think Barron Trump should be on the front lines of all this.
Let me ask you about Iran and your view of this war.
Well, here's how I feel about it. There's a simple thing as a leader, and you know this having been in the military. Trump wouldn't know it because he's a draft-dodging coward. But anyway, it's this. A war is justified if you're willing to send your kids. Because how can you send somebody else's kids to a war if you won't send your own? So I'm calling right now for Barron Trump, Donald Trump's son. You know, after all, he's had 3 wives. He's had kids by each wife, and nobody's ever served in the military. To my knowledge, a Trump in the last 100 years has never done military service.
He's not lying.
Well, Barron, you can change that. Enlist in the United States military right now. Do something your father didn't have the courage to do. Do something your father didn't have the patriotism to do. I want to see a Trump in the military. Everybody in my family has served, so I think I can say that with all due confidence. Come on, Trumps. Don't just reap the benefits of this free world. Somebody put on the uniform, and that's you, Barron. And I heard the excuse that Barron might be too tall. David Robinson served on X.
Pause that. That's actually the excuse, because he's 1 inch too tall. No.
But he's not 1 inch too tall. Listen to what he's about to say.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could be taller. Yeah, you can.
Duty. He was 7 feet tall before he ever went to the San Antonio Spurs basketball team.
Who did he say?
David Robinson.
Really? Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot all about that.
He was a center for San Antonio. He was in the Air Force.
Yeah. All right.
David Robinson went to the United States Navy Military Academy. He's one of my officers, not directly, but he would have been.
Okay, look, it's one argument that a Trump should serve. That's a perfectly reasonable argument to make. A lot of people feel that way.
Oh, I hate Piers Morgan.
No. I
can't stand that guy.
I hate him too, but it's like their arguments are so weak.
Yeah.
Are so weak. Like people like Jesse Ventura can go over there and eat him up. And if you don't know who Jesse Ventura is, I think he was a Navy SEAL. And after he was a Navy SEAL, he was a wrestler, he was an actor, and he was also the governor for, I think, Minnesota for a while.
Yeah, for a while.
So this, like a couple of generations ago, this is how men were made. Like when you stand in front of people and you said you want to tell people what to do, you had the credentials to be able to stand in front of people, and you're not just what they used to call them in that cartoon, that rooster, a chicken hawk. Like, like you're not a chicken hawk. Like you really been through this. The first people I organized, when I'm talking about go outside and serve the community and work for the people, the first people I organized was my home. How are you gonna go outside and organize people outside if your own family don't believe in you?
Yeah.
If your own son don't look at you and be like, yeah, that's who I want to be like. If your daughter don't say, that's the kind of man that I want. How can you go lead anybody? And if your wife is not standing next to you. My wife run everything. My wife she does way more than me. She has more power. Whatever she said, it's really by and large what happens. Yeah. And this is not me being facetious, because she's smarter at different things than me. I mean, I know certain stuff, like I know about sports. That's why I do the after school program. But my wife is the one that handled the housing program. Because she know how to deal with the legal field, how to maneuver all those spaces.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I'm saying, like these people like Donald Trump, they would never send themselves on the front line. And then they would never send their children on the front lines, but they expect all our children to go out there and die for them to get for them to get richer. And I'll be damned. My child, none of my children are going out there. They could forget about it.
No, my kids either. My kids are 21 and 23, so I don't think so.
They're not going either.
Hell no, man. There's no way. They don't know. That's the thing. They don't know anything about self-sacrifice or service or anything like that. You know what I mean?
How old are you, Jeremy?
48. Jesus Christ.
No, we started the same time. My son 24, my daughter 21.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, we started the same time. We started playing out there together, man.
Wait, how old are you?
You say what?
How old are you?
47. January 12th.
Are you really? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
January 12th. Word up. I'm telling you. Our life was parallel. We just never met, baby.
Right? No kidding. That's funny, man. That's I think why we built such a bond over the last couple of months. We just
All right, when's your birthday?
September.
September. Why? I'm in January.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like, am I older than you? You older than me?
I'm older than you. I'm the oldest
man,
of
but you
the
still
group.
got your fucking hair. I ain't got no hair. How the fuck you still
I'm
got
going
hair?
thin, man. Come on, that's why I shave it.
My shit went when I was like 29. I used to have long dreads.
Did you really?
Yeah, my shit started going, man.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about how Trump is telling us that nobody knows. I'll just play this clip. He says nobody knows who's in charge of Iran.
Having one in Iran, they have no Navy left. They have no Air Force left. They have no anti-aircraft equipment left, no radar left, no leaders left. The leaders are all gone. Nobody knows who to talk to. But we're actually talking to the right people, and they want to make
it. So he just said, nobody knows who to talk. Nobody knows who to talk to, but we are talking to the right people. How do you say that in the same sentence?
They say they're not talking to him, Jeremy.
No, he's not. They're just imaginary deals.
The Iranians say they're not talking to him.
Oh, I know, right? They came out and they're like, dude, shut up.
Who the fuck is he talking to? I'm telling you, he's just trying to lie to drag these days on for them to go try to do a surprise attack.
I'm telling you what, the Iranians have a great sense of humor. Did you see that Lego video that they made?
Yes, I did. Yeah, we should have had it.
Oh my God.
We should have had it.
I probably could find it.
Dude, they got hella jokes.
The shit out of Donald Trump. Hold on, let me go to Twitter. I bet you I can find it.
Trump is negotiating with himself. And I got the picks for you. The next show we come back next Thursday, y'all might have some picks for you. I'm gonna go look in the lab and look for them pictures, Afro Saxon. I'm gonna look for them pictures for you. I'm talking. I got pictures when I was like 160 pounds in the Marine Corps. When I was in the Marine Corps, I'm talking. I chiseled up. I got all of that, man.
But yeah, the Iranians have a great sense of humor. They troll the shit out of Donald Trump and just make us look like complete idiots. But here, let me play this video of Donald Trump talking about his present, how he got a gift. And it just arrived, he says. This made me laugh so hard yesterday. I was actually crying.
They did something yesterday that was amazing, actually.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
You got it.
Let me add it back.
Present. And the present arrived today. And it was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a very significant prize.
A prize. He got a prize.
They gave it
so
to us. They
embarrassing.
said they were going to give it. So that meant one thing to me: we're dealing with the right people.
Is that nuclear related?
No, it wasn't nuclear related. It was oil and gas related. And it was a very nice thing they did. But what it showed me is that we're dealing with the right people. Because, you don't know, because the leadership was killed, all gone. Khomeini, all gone. As the expression goes, the past supreme leader.
As
and then
the
new
expression
supreme
goes.
leader was racked up, at a minimum, racked up pretty good. And everyone else was gone.
Oh, God.
And then many of the people in the third tier.
So stupid.
Very.
All right, I got the Lego video. You guys got to see this because, yeah. So, again, he says that we don't know who's in charge, but because I got a beautiful gift of some sort, that we're dealing with the right people. So just apparently bribing him is enough. to get them to take you seriously. But what gift, though? He says oil and gas, but we didn't get anything, dude. Come on. Iran's not negotiating. They have no intentions on stopping, I don't think, after this. Why would they? Why would they? We attacked them. Israel attacked them. So
You got the video?
they're sick of it. What, the Lego video?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I got it. This is really good. This is a video they made that trolled Donald Trump.
You crossed the ocean just to find your credit. Sacrificed your own boys for a lie. Listen. Yeah. Yeah. Make America great again. Yo, Tails, this shit crazy. Yeah. Make America great again now. You will see what happens, yeah. Watch this. Sacred defense, we protecting the soil. While you sacrifice soldiers to pay for your spoil. You first who ran the blow, sitting on your throne. Now we turning every base into a bed of stone. It's a slaughterhouse, a trap you couldn't see. Welcome to the graveyard of your vanity. The secrets are leaking. The pressure is rising. We locked on the target. And now you are hiding. LOSC.
Who made this song?
I don't know. So good.
Yo, it's catchy too.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, but he doesn't understand, man. He's gonna be a meme. I mean, he's gonna end up being probably the worst president, really, like America ever had.
For sure. Yeah, God. I mean, he's destroyed our standing in the entire world. Nobody trusts us. Nobody really gives a shit about us. I mean, we really don't. We just import a lot of stuff. That's it.
No, I'm gonna make a prediction. He going to jail. Yo, after those ground troops land, and then like everybody sees like we're not getting out of this, people start to die, and everything is a failure, everything going up. Yo, the system is going to turn against them. They're gonna lock him up to try to save face. They're gonna say this is all Trump's fault, and those Epstein files, everything's gonna start leaking.
Yeah,
they're gonna turn on them. Yo,
no, I know they are.
I'll be surprised. Yo, because I'm telling you, all those bases that we just said are gone from the Middle East. Yo, this rich people invested in those bases. They have property in Dubai. People invested in all these places.
Yup.
All that stuff is up in smoke. Somebody's gonna have to pay.
And the corporate news really isn't reporting on the fact that they attacked all of our bases and
done. Soft power.
There are reports that troops are just stuck.
Oh yeah,
nowhere to go, no base.
They can't even go. They're working from home. These motherfuckers is working from home. How you working from home and you over there in the Middle East?
Yeah, right. Good luck with that. Yeah,
this shit is crazy, man.
Yeah, between the airport, I think that's why Donald Trump is trying to prevent, like, when shit hits the fan, people are really going to try and leave the country. I think that's why ICE is there. He's talked about putting a National Guard at the airports. Like, I feel like he's trying to just, because we've talked about that before, to where it's going to get to a point where he's going to make sure he wins in the midterms at least, and probably from then moving forward too. Because if he loses power, like you said, he's going to jail.
He's not winning.
Or they could just throw him under the bus, but then we got JD Vance to worry about, who is just as bad, if not worse.
He's not winning in the midterms. He could. Yeah. No, he's not winning in the midterms. He's done. I mean, and if he put those ground troops in there, he done. He already done. But as soon as those, because right now he still have off ramps. And yo, like if you had me and I was advising Trump, I'd tell Trump, yo, what do Iran want? Iran don't want those bases no more around there where you could attack them. So you know what I'll say? If I'm Trump, I'll tell everybody, man, those bases wasn't doing us no good anyway. Look at those bases. Who put those bases there? They couldn't defend nothing. And look, they're all gone. Our military had to leave. We don't need those bases.
Yeah.
They said they want reparations. You don't have to come out and give them reparations. You could do what you've been doing. Take away the sanctions. Take away all the motherfucking sanctions. That's your reparations. Because if you take away the sanctions, they're getting money. Yo, you could find an off-ramp, and then you could just say, you know what? Yo, we destroyed everything. We destroyed your nuclear stuff. Yo, no more. We done. We done with this. We're leaving. Nobody's going to say anything. In like 2 weeks, this shit is going to be out the motherfucking media. Right. It's over. I mean, and you still, and be like, in those countries in the Middle East that you had the bases at, you could make deals with them where I'm gonna still sell you weapons. I'm gonna still do what we can. We're gonna sell our weapons. We're gonna do everything we was doing, but we're not gonna put bases there no more because you see it don't work. You could easily get out of this shit, but Trump is a freaking idiot, and he's gonna go down this path, and he done. He cooked. Once those troops land, it's over, man.
Yep, I totally agree. I got to share this picture with you. This is some of the ICE agents that are being posted up in these airports. Scary, right?
Yeah, very scary.
Very scary. It's probably the first time he's ever had a gun on him, too. Then we got these guys. These guys look like they just got out of
high school.
Yeah. They look like they just got done with wrestling practice and then went to their ICE jobs.
Before?
Huh?
You watched Game of Thrones before?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember when when the dragon lady was coming with the dragons? You remember Cersei told him to lock the gates and not let nobody leave?
Yeah.
That's what they're doing at the airport.
Pretty much.
That's exactly what they're doing at the airport. They're gonna try to lock the gates and say nobody leave. And Israel is doing that too. But but even when you do that, there's gonna be blowback. The people gonna react to that shit. The other people in power, the other billionaires that don't fuck with you, they're gonna react to it. We don't know how it's gonna play out, but none of this shit is gonna work. He doesn't have enough manpower. He doesn't have the political credibility. He fucking done. He done. And he got all these people sitting around him lying to him.
I know, right?
Yo, what's his name? The one that just left. The one that just said, I'm out of this shit. I'm leaving.
Joe Kent. Yeah.
Kent said he can't even talk to the president. He's number two. He's number two in this counterintelligence shit. He said, I can't talk to the president. The only way for me to talk to him was for me to leave and be able to do interviews so he could see them. So everybody around him are yes men, and they're controlling everything he see, everything he know.
Oh, yeah. That's what we always we ask that question. Like either he's lying or people are just telling him some crazy ass shit and he just believes it.
Yeah, and he's too scared. He's too scared they're gonna drop them Epstein records on him. So he's just doing whatever these people say. Yo, because at the end of the day, you got to remember they got something on him. They got something on him. They own him.
No, for sure.
So, hey, but fuck him, man. Fuck him.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's all we have for today. Don't forget, if you guys want to help us out, you can go to the unityproject.us. We are accepting donations. We are community-led, community-fed organization. We don't have any sponsors. We don't make any money on social media, despite the rumors. I don't know. I don't know how the fuck people make a living on social media, man. I have not figured that out yet. So, yeah, we desperately would like your help. Of course, can't get community events like this off of the ground. Like we have big plans. We're talking about doing speaking events. I want to get to the West Coast this year still. New York is on my list to go to in the near future, even Virginia and DC, because I've made a lot of good contacts there. And I've been able to get a hold of a lot of people that I've been, building a relationship with over the last couple of years. That also would like to get involved too and help promote us as much as we possibly can. So with your help, I believe we can do it. And like I said, I'll be going to Jersey probably. I'll confirm it with you. But yeah, next week, hopefully for Easter weekend to work with you and the kids. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah. So other than that,
because when you come down, we taking the kids to another comrade. We got comrades in another part of New Jersey.
Hell yeah.
So that Sunday, we're going to be going out because, people still celebrate Easter and all of that. So we taking the kids out there. The comrade got something set up for the kids to be kids.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to go out there with the kids, and they're going to have the little Easter egg hunt. We're going to have food, different things. And then that's on Sunday. And on Monday, you're going to be helping me with You're going to be helping me pick the kids up, working with the kids. I get a chance to introduce you to these children. And now these children have somebody else in their lives that care about them, that want to help them succeed. Man, it's going to be a beautiful thing, man.
It is.
I can't wait till you come down, man.
I know it's gonna be a lot of fun. This will be last time I only got a chance to spend a few hours. So yeah, because being able to spend a few days out there is gonna be great. Plus, I'll be going to Philly a lot to do work out there with a lot of people that I've met throughout this process. So it's been really good. Like this, I'm really happy with what we're doing, and I think we could do big things. Hopefully, change some lives, give some people some hope. But we got to start preparing for what's next instead of just waiting for shit to happen.
It ain't hopefully, Jeremy.
That's right. We will. Yeah, we will.
You're going to do it. No,
that's right.
we're following a manuscript. We're not making this shit up.
Yeah.
We're following a manuscript on how this shit is done. If you're serving the people are going to take care of you.
Yeah.
Period.
I just don't want people to lose hope, but we
They're
got
not.
to do something to give them some hope, I think, at the same time.
We out here and we
Yep.
doing it. Stop putting too much pressure on yourself. We doing it. We good, baby.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
you want the right now, baby.
I always feel like I'm not doing enough. That's the thing with me, man. I always feel like I could do more. You know what I'm saying?
That's why people get burned out. I mean,
Yeah.
when you're spreading yourself too thin, just stay focused and keep taking one step at a time.
Perfect.
It's a way of life.
I agree. All right, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. We love y'all, and we'll see you next week.
All power.